I'm Shelley Foster. These are today's headlining stories. I'll have a Born Supremacy with extra cheese, please. 2.5 men plus 2.5 men arrive at court. And Whoopi tries to come up with another slogan for Tesco's.
Every little bit helps, everything counts, you know.
Hello. First, what would make a great Valentine's Day film? Well, the key ingredient is a good love story, but whilst you're there, why not throw in a host of Tinseltown's totty, like Ashton Kutcher, Jessica Alba, Taylor Lautner, and Taylor Swift too. Let's face it, it's one Valentine's Day that won't let you down.
How about this for a cast?
Let's kick it.
Pretty impressive, eh? And most of them were out and about at Grauman's in LA for the premiere of Valentine's Day. Forget the romance of making a rom-com. What about the romance of working within a cast of the biggest actors in the world? Man of the moment, Bradley Cooper.
All my stuff was with Julia primarily, so we didn't really, these ensemble movies, you don't really get a chance to see everybody, at all, actually. I didn't meet Jamie Foxx or George Lopez or anybody until this press junket.
Oh, boo to you, Bradley. With all these beautiful men and women in this film, surely one of them can give us some romantic optimism. Jennifer, make our heart beat.
I do. I buy into romance in general, and I buy into the idea that every Valentine's Day you stop and you kind of hit the reset button on your relationship.
That's more like it, and the stars of Valentine's Day will be hitting the UK red carpets later this week.
The London premiere takes place on Thursday night, so check back with us on Friday for all the red carpet gossip. Now, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and this next Hollywood heartthrob was desperate for some grub.
So, you're Matt Damon, you've been filming since the early hours, but your boss, who happens to be Clint Eastwood, has got all of the local shops and restaurants to shut down for the day to shoot a scene. You're starving, so what do? Beg your fave pizza place to fire up the ovens and cook you an American hot. That's what you do. The Born Supremacy star apparently even offered waitresses at a Pizza Express in London a quick photo opportunity if they made him some grub. After some A-list bribery, staff passed him a pizza box through the door. Damon is in the UK with legendary director Eastwood to shoot the final scenes of new film Hereafter. The pair are currently doing well at the cinema with rugby epic Invictus, which has just been released. Matt's performance as South African captain Francois Pienaar has earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Matt, you're more than welcome to come over mine for tea. That means dinner, by the way. Or maybe a coffee. That means something totally different. Either way, come find me. Next up, and the stars continue their support for relief efforts in Haiti. This time, they're fighting for shelter with a bit of help from a New York-based designer.
Mary J. Blige, Wyclef Jean and Whoopi Goldberg have been getting behind Haiti fundraising efforts in New York. The trio were treading the red carpet at Hope, Help and Relief Haiti, put together by fashion designer Donna Karan. They were calling for funds to supply homeless families in Haiti with 50,000 tents.
I feel the general public all around the world have been totally generous, and now I feel that governments must come to the forefront and start to put a few billions together to help try to rebuild Haiti.
It's important that people do what they can, and every little bit helps, everything counts. This is a different kind of situation, I think, than we've seen in a very long time. And so I think a lot of people may feel that, someone will take care of it. But it really needs all of us, because in fact, when we had our trials and tribulations here, everybody, the world got together and said, you know what, we're going to do whatever we can, and we're doing the same thing.
Mary J. Blige performed live at the event in a bid to drum up more support for organisations including Wyclef's very own foundation, Yelly Haiti. There's a long way to go, but the long-term aim is to raise enough money to help rebuild a sustainable community.
And that's not all. Everybody Hurt looks set to break records after its sales this week. Nick has the details.
Simon Cowell's magic touch doesn't just extend to his own bank account, as his inspired charity single raising money for the Haiti earthquake disaster has become the fastest selling charity single ever.
When you dance low, The situation here is about as bad as you can get.
The cover of REM's Everybody Hurts has shifted 200,000 copies in just 2 days, surpassing the previous record holder Hero, sung by the X Factor finalists of 2008. Both Alexandra Burke and JLS will have appeared on both of the two highest-selling fundraising singles, and the writer of Hero, Mariah Carey, also appears on the Haiti track. With a lineup including Robbie Williams, Cheryl Cole and Take That stars Gary Barlow and Mark Owen, combined with the continuingly apparent scale of the disaster in Haiti, the record is expected to stay at the #1 spot for a number of weeks and rival the Band-Aid single of 1984.
So then, are you planning an Oscars-themed party this year? Want some inside tips on food and decor? Well, you're in luck.
They won't all walk off with an Oscar on Hollywood's biggest night, but Tinseltown's finest will at least get to eat one. That's because Academy Award-shaped food is on the menu at this year's Governor's Ball, the official after-show party.
They will come up the steps to our ballroom and they will see a great seafood buffet with lobsters and stone crabs and shrimps and all different things.
Celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck, in charge of feeding the 1,500 guests attending the event, which takes place straight after the 82nd prize giving. And he's got a helping hand from event planner Cheryl Jacko, back to organise the details for the 21st time. And 2010's theme is all about nostalgia.
We used inspiration from Paul Williams and from Dorothy Draper and from Earl Carroll to create what we think is a modern version, 1930s club, and it really lends itself to a streamlined, modern, really design.
That's reflected in the 10,000 flowers decorating the Kodak Theatre and even the costumes worn by the waitresses and performers.
We want to make sure when everyone walks in that they feel grand. Everyone's a winner.
Well, no, that's not quite true. Only the chosen few will scoop those prestigious golden statuettes, and so far the smart money's on the Blindside actress Sandra Bullock and 3D epic Avatar.
Wolfgang Puck? The name rings a bell. I'm sure he's in a film I've seen. Anyway, they say the courtroom is like a theatre. Maybe that's why so many actors end up there.
Charlie Sheen has faced charges of misdemeanour and menacing over an alleged altercation with his wife Brooke Muller on Christmas Day last year while skiing in Aspen. Mr. Sheen did not enter a plea and will appear again at a later date. His wife Brooke also attended court, and the pair apparently hugged at the end of the proceedings, with the imposed restraining order on Mr. Sheen being modified to give him better access to the couple's young twins. Muller and Sheen also returned to California together, and Muller's attorney made it clear how Charlie Sheen's wife felt about the charges against her husband.
Mrs. Sheen's desire is that the charges be dismissed, and there's no other way I can put that.
And the Jackson family continue to fight for justice over Michael Jackson's death. Here's Father Joe leaving the studios of Larry King.
Yeah, is the DA being too easy on Dr. Murray?
Did you hear what I say? He should have been harder.
Really?
Yes.
Is this trial going to break the Jackson family apart?
Oh no, we're fighters.
Okay.
We still don't stick together. My son was murdered, and we must carry on, try to get justice for him. That's what all I'm after is just justice.
Right.
That's it.
What punishment does Dr. Murray deserve?
But the punishment, I don't know what comes behind the punishment. I said he was murdered. My son was murdered.
Right.
And all I'm looking for is justice. That's it. You got justice, you can get everything else. Right. Thank you.
Next, today's music news with Lucrezia Millarini.
Hi there, coming up today, the White Stripes go to war, Lil Wayne gets a temporary get-out-of-jail-free pass, he's Tiny Temper, but the latest grime sensation tells us what makes him mad.
And a lot of people just pick their nose sometimes.
And congratulations are in order for MGMT. But first, we told you it was going to sell big. Simon Cowell's Haiti record has become the fastest-selling charity single of the century. According to the official charts company, at least 200,000 copies of the track have been sold since Sunday. It's on course to knock Owl City off the top spot come the weekend.
Forget about the Taliban. The US Air Force could have a bigger fight on its hands. The White Stripes have issued a statement saying they'll take strong action against the military organisation who they accuse of using one of their songs without permission. It's after Sunday's Super Bowl featured a commercial for the Air Force, which used a re-recorded version of the band's track Fell in Love with a Girl. Jack and Meg are not happy and say the ad implies they license a song to encourage recruitment during a war they do not support. Next, nobody enjoys a trip to the dentist unless, of course, it postpones your prison sentence. Luckily, Lil Wayne gets a temporary reprieve for exactly that reason. The rapper, who was expected to get banged up for gun possession yesterday, is set to receive dental treatment this Friday. He now has until March the 1st to recover from going under the knife. Now, he's cool tiny temper, but that doesn't mean there's nothing that can't annoy Grimes' latest star. The 21-year-old Londoner, who's about to release his debut single, Pass Out, revealed there's actually quite a list.
I get kind of like sick of trying to explain things to people. You know, when something's really, really obvious. I hate people who don't have good hygiene. And a lot of people just pick their nose sometimes. I hate people who swear a lot.
And it is with unbounded joy that we can reveal the track listing for MGMT's new album, Congratulations. Psychedelic rock's finest released the follow-up to Oracular Spectacular on April the 12th. It's got 9 tracks, one of them called Lady Dada's Nightmare. Who could they possibly be referring to? Anyway, I'll leave you to figure that one out. More music news tomorrow.
Luscious panini. And now sit back and relax as Lisa takes you through some TV news.
Atop Coronation Street Insider has revealed there'll be fireworks in Weatherfield when Tony Gordon returns later this year. The bad boy businessman, played by Gray O'Brien, has been banged up since November after confessing to being involved in Liam Connor's death. Kim Crowther, one of the show's leading producers, says his comeback will be as dramatic as any of his other storylines. Katie Price is promising more drama with the new series of her reality show. But if you think it's going to be a repeat of her telly exploits with ex-husband Peter Andre, think again. Kate says she's keeping her new marriage to Alex Reid on the down low and keeping him away from the cameras.
There is bits and bobs in the show, but the show's called What Katie Did Next, not Kate and Alex. So, of course, he does appear in the show, but it's not really full on because it is about me. And plus, he's got his own job, his fighting show. You know, we've got our separate jobs ourselves, and that's how it should be. We shouldn't just rely on each other for work.
And finally, Girls Aloud star Kimberley Walsh is getting ready to do a Cheryl Cole and swap music for telly. The singer is reporting from the red carpet at the BAFTA Film Awards and is hoping her previous experience will help with her new job.
I'm usually the one answering the questions. But I don't know, I think that might actually give me a little bit of an advantage because hopefully I know what kind of questions I'll be happy to answer, and I can kind of hopefully get a good relationship with the people that I'm interviewing because I know what it's like to be on the other side. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
That's it for today. Be good.